Now we're left here at a point after Dragon Ball Super 53 where we are in major focus of the side characters and the ones left on Earth by Goku and Vegeta, who are off trying to, struggling to tap into Ultra Instinct yet again with Maris's training. And of course Vegeta's off on Yardrat trying to learn Spirit Control, and we didn't even touch on Moro in the last chapter, which is very interesting, and a very interesting choice to decide to leave the villain to do his own deeds and create this like air of mystery, like, okay, what is he up to while this is going on? But before we all really get into this discussion of what is going to happen next in chapter 54 of the Dragon Ball Super manga, you guys are going to want to subscribe to the channel for some quality content. So we leave off with a major revelation that Gohan is the strongest besides Goku and Vegeta, ergo he is the third strongest on Earth, meaning that he is stronger than Android 17. Now, of course, Android 17 is very, very powerful in the anime. Of course, the anime and the manga are have different continuities, so their strength levels differ depending on what we see in each. So 17 is definitely nothing to slouch at in the manga, but he is yet to be shown to be up to the level that he is in the anime. Now, Gohan, it's kind of the same with Gohan because all we have really to scale him off of is Kefla, and it's really tough to scale Kefla in the manga. We could say that she's just as powerful as she was in the anime, but of course, since they're different continuities, it's hard to say. So I think the biggest thing we have to go off of for how strong Kefla is seeing how Kale just like ramsacked and massacred Golden Frieza in the Tournament of Power. Of course, she was in her Berserk mode, so that was explained that, you know, her power, she sacrificed all of her control over her power to get more power. Now, of course, that doesn't really work when you bring in strategy and everything like that and teamwork and stuff. So it's hard to say how much of that power Kefla was using in her fight with Gohan, wrapping her back around to Gohan. So with Gohan's strength, he's definitely extremely powerful in the manga. It's hard to say whether or not he's at the same level or even maybe even more than he was in the anime. So with that being said, Piccolo was having a major struggle with Android 73, as I like to call him, and Gohan swooped in to save the day. Now, should Gohan have much of an issue with Android 17? Probably not, since he's most likely leagues more powerful than Piccolo. I feel like Gohan should have this fight in the bag in like maybe 1 or 2 hits, you know what I'm saying? Unless Android 73 somehow grabs Gohan's neck. Now that is would pose a major issue if that were to happen. Now, of course, if you haven't, you should check out my Android 73 video, which is just a couple videos ago, where I just talk about Android 73's power and how his copy ability works, or how it seems to have been explained in the manga. So at least in terms of what's going to happen with Gohan and Android 73's fights, I feel like Gohan should have a pretty easy time with this. Now, of course, Jaco is fighting the other, what's his name? The little short predator dude, and Krillin is fighting Panda Guy. Now, is there a reason they're not getting Android 18 involved in this? Obviously 17's probably on his island with his little minotaur or whatever, but there's no reason other than having to babysit Marin for Android 18 not to be involved. I feel like that would be a really cool thing to see, would be Krillin and 18 versus this panda dude. But I don't necessarily think that's actually going to happen in the next chapter. I think that Krillin is just going to keep fighting this guy. But what I would really love to see is for, you know, as we've seen, Krillin is kind of struggling with this dude, for him to kind of like push past and have an actual really cool fight instead of just like this thing on the side that's happening. You know, give Krillin a really cool moment. You failed completely to give Krillin anything in the Tournament of Power. He didn't do anything in the manga, and then he was just eliminated by Frost. And then that was it. Come on, man. Let's see Krillin do some stuff. If you're gonna freaking sideblind Yamcha, give him the middle finger, and then give Tien the middle finger because he doesn't have a freaking cell phone. Come on, man. Like, there is all the opportunity in the world right now. There is such a deep well of material and like character building and awesome moments that you can get from these guys. You know, they don't have to be, Yamcha doesn't have to be a meme character that like Toei and now Toyotaro have embraced apparently from Yamcha. Like, he can still be a really cool character and do something. Same with Tien. Like, he could be a really cool guy, you know. But no, they're side characters. Nobody cares about them. Well, you know what? They would care if you had them do something. But I don't think they're going to be involved in the next chapter at all. It would be amazing if they were. But what I think is really going to happen is Gohan's going to be in Android 17, and these guys are going to call for backup, and then Saganbo, and they're going to be like, okay, this Earth place, this is like the El Dorados of energy for Moro. You know, they're going to want to go to Earth immediately because Earth is just jam-packed with power, especially with Gohan and Android 17. Now, if this happens, then it's going to be interesting to see if 17 gets involved, if Moro can actually take his power. He should be able to, I would think so, and I would think that he would just have an unlimited supply of power from 17 and 18. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I really hope that they call for backup, and then like the majority of Moro's army comes to Earth, and then we have to get 18, Yamcha, 17, and Tien involved in this, because how could you not? This is the prime opportunity to do so. That's basically what I think is going to happen in the next chapter. I think we're still going to have a little bit of touch up on what Goku is doing in terms of progress. Like, will he have progressed in terms of tapping into Ultra Instinct again? I think he's going to have a little bit of a hint for getting closer to tapping into Ultra Instinct. Same with Vegeta. I think we're going to see a lot more progress with Vegeta in his training. Like, maybe we'll see him be able to get the spirit control enough to, I don't know, like they showed, be able to multiply himself or grow himself, and then he's gonna adapt to that into some sort of technique that will help against Moro. And so in the future chapters, we're gonna see Gohan kind of fights Gohan and the others fight Moro's army, and then I think Gohan's gonna have a really, really awesome battle against Saganbo. So will he be able to beat Saganbo? I feel like he should, but I feel like in terms of story tropes, he's gonna lose to Saganbo, and then Vegeta and Goku are gonna come in and defeat Saganbo in the last minutes or something. But at least in the next chapter, I almost feel like they should leave Moro out of it. At least a little bit, maybe just have like a one-page thing. But in terms of Moro and his army, I feel like we do need to touch up on them a little bit for their, conquest of the galaxy, finding planets for energy. And, Frieza's out there too. And Frieza's empire is trying to expand and conquer planets and everything like that. So I feel like that's in direct opposition to Moro and his crew. So I feel like here's another great opportunity to have not only these three stories of the Earthlings, Goku and Vegeta doing their own thing, but then Moro and his army against Frieza and his empire. So you could have like 4 or 5 stories going on here that are really engaging and really interesting and contrast each other, and they all tie into Moro. And I keep saying this, I feel like I really hope we do get some touch up on Moro, and I really hope we get some more expansion on his actual character, because I think he's a really interesting villain, and I feel like it's not enough yet to be like a really good villain. So in terms of what's going to happen next chapter, specifically, I feel like it's going to be more Earthling based, like much more focus on that, and maybe like 1 or 2 pages for Goku and Vegeta each, and maybe 1 page for Moro, and then that's it. And then it's just going to be more build up for the future chapters, culminating in the grand conclusive battle, and it's probably going to be on Earth. Let's be real here. Oh, you know, it would be really cool if they ended up in some time chamber. I want more expansion on what these time chambers are all about, you know? What is up with this pyramid time chamber? Or are they just going to ignore it and not explain it at all? So anyway, obviously, what do you guys think? I really like hearing your thoughts in the comments. Please let me know what you think will happen in the next chapter and the future, and what you hope to happen. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and take it easy.